Alabama A&M looking for their first SWAC football title since 2006. Pine Bluff, they haven't won it since 2012. The Bulldogs looking to basically be the guys that will be sitting on top of the hill with a championship. So let's take you to Jackson, Mississippi for all the action in this one. The game was played at a neutral site at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Jackson. Connell Manor leading his team out for the game, but it was Pine Bluff who took a lead right here early on as they go ahead and they hand it off to their running back up the gut for a score that puts them up 7-3. Aqeel Glass goes to his favorite receiver, that's Xavier Moore. We call him Big Play Zay because he does things like this, Kayla. 30-yard grab right there. It took the referee a second to make sure the call was good, but it was. So the Bulldogs go up 10-7.
Golden Lions would respond in a hurry. Turn Ralph on the kick return. He gets a full head of steam and no one will catch him. He's on the 81-yard return for a touchdown. UAPB goes up now 14-10.
He's got that SWAC track speed.
Oh man, it's crazy. Second quarter now. Skylar Perry steps back to pass, but he's intercepted by Quantravis Kelly. That puts a stop to the Golden Lions' first drive. He gets taken down right there. It's not exactly what they wanted, but they'll go on with it. That play, along with a few penalties, would lead to this. Gary Quarles' 3-yard touchdown run. Extra point gets blocked. A&M goes up now 16-14.
All right, now Skylar Perry would leave the game because he lost his helmet on the play. So the backup quarterback, Tyler Holston, comes in, rolls out, throws across his body, and is caught by DeJuan Miller for UAPB. A&M would block the extra point, though, run it all the way back for 2 points. So you got a 2-point game. Golden Lions up 20-18. Huge play coming up here before the half. The pressure gets to Aqeel Glass in the D-line of UAPB. Kobe Watts with the scoop and score. Number 4 takes it all the way back 33 yards for a score. UAPB led 26-18 at the half.
Crazy play right there, but into the second half we're going to go. Alabama A&M is going to come out on fire, down 26-25. Gary Quarles puts Alabama A&M back on top with a short touchdown run. Bulldogs lead now 32-26 heading into the fourth quarter. But guess what, guys? We've got Aqeel Glass, player of the year here. He's coming out on top. He can't find anyone, so he decides he's going to tuck and run it himself. Up the gut, runs over a man, and picks up the first down for the Bulldogs. Acts like it's nothing. Crazy stuff right there. But then Glass finishes the drive with a 13-yard fade route to Moore, his second of the day. Moore had 111 receiving yards. Bulldogs extend their lead now 40-26.
Now the A&M defense, they were pitching a shutout in the second half until the 2-minute mark when Skylar Perry hits Josh Wilk on his 11-yard crossing route that makes it 40-33. We got a lot of offense in this game, Kayla. Do you think defense will be the thing that changes the momentum of this one or puts it away? Well, guess what? It does. Perry is intercepted right here by Trent McGee in the end zone. A&M will run out the time, and a Gatorade bath goes to Connell Manor. He leads A&M to their first SWAC football championship since 2006. They win by a final of 40-33. Aqeel Glass was your offensive MVP, 271 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. After the game, we heard from the head coach and the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year.
And I'm a big believer in confidence and faith and speaking stuff into existence. I think you got to talk like that. You got to talk about championships. You got to talk about what you want to do, so your team understand the expectation of what they got to put forward. We talked about from day one this year that we had X on our back, and that we was going to be the team to beat. And we got to outwork everybody because everybody going to get up to play us, and so we was prepared.
We knew that was only step one of the weekend. You know, we told ourselves that this is going to be the greatest weekend of our lives. We graduate and win a championship in the same way. So we had that goal set in our mind, and we went out and executed.
Well, the Bulldogs also took home some postseason honors as Aqeel Glass was awarded the SWAC Player of the Year. He and teammates Dexter Fuqua and Abdul Fatai Ibrahim were also honored with all SWAC first-team honors on offense, while Marcus Cushney was first-team defense. Now, Mo, you were at the game yesterday. This was a huge win for the Bulldogs. What was it like being there in person, and also, I mean, just seeing that win, something they haven't even accomplished in over a decade?
Exactly. Well, yeah, more than a decade, actually. You know, it was great to see Coach Connell Manor and company basically putting a footnote on a season that has been up and down. How many times did you and I literally text back and forth and we're like, hey, the game got canceled, the game got delayed, you know, just these things, and it was just pretty crazy. So the fact that A&M was able to basically overcome every single thing, win the games that they needed to win, and eventually get to the SWAC championship, that was one thing. Then getting in the SWAC championship, being down, but then after they were down, still finding a way to bounce back in the second half and almost pitch a shutout against UAPB defensive-wise or whatever to win the game. And after all that offense, It was Granville Eastman's defense that comes up with 3 interceptions in this game, including the final one by McGee to end the game. How about that?
That is exactly what I wanted to see, because I'm always rooting for Coach Eastman because he's had a hard time. He is the nicest guy. He's had a hard time, in the beginning. So it was good to see them come out on top at the end of the game there and kind of follow through with that. But also, I wanted to talk to you about the fan perspective, because that field, that whole stadium is pretty big. So the amount of fans that you have there probably didn't seem as many as you probably had there. So kind of talk to me about that, because you sent me pictures yesterday, and I mean, there were a ton.
Yeah, Jackson Stadium is, I think it can hold like over 55,000. So there was paid attendance was over 17,000. Considering that it was a neutral site game, Arkansas-Pine Bluff about 3.5 hours away from Jackson, A&M about 5 or so hours, depending on how you drive down 65 to 20 or whatever. But you totaled out at 17,000 fans, which, considering the fact it's COVID and everything else going on, you got to think that at the end of the day, that's a great get. But you saw both fan bases come out and support their teams. The A&M fan base cheering a little bit louder because at the end of the day, they were able to grab a victory in that contest. But like I said, I really did enjoy the fact that this was a big week for Alabama A&M. Coach Connell Maynor gets his contract extension, so he's on the hill at least for 4 more years. And when he talked to us in the media session, he basically said, like, yeah, that was good. I told the team, what's the team tell me? All right, congratulations, coach. Let's go out here and win this. So with that being said, now they have set themselves on a platform to where they will be the hunted, but at the same time, they've got a lot of guys coming back, and he said they're going to give them a few days, and then they're going to be getting ready for the next game, which is like, I don't know, 129, 28
Ooh, that's a quick turnaround.
It really is.
It'll be a quick one. But, I mean, honestly, if anybody can do it, it can be the Bulldogs. I'll be excited to see how they kick off the fall season.
Absolutely. It's going to be a challenge in the SWAC. You're getting 2 Florida schools from the MEAC and Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman coming over to the East Division. You lose Alcorn State, but you get FAMU and Bethune-Cookman. Those 2 teams are going to be very, very tough. A&M faces Bethune early in the year, and then they get FAMU at home. Those could be advantageous for the Bulldogs, depending on how the situation is. But at the same time, too, you got to think they're going to be one of the favorites considered. And Aqeel Glass is going to definitely try to lead his guys to another championship, because the caveat about the 2021 fall season is the fact that you win a championship in the SWAC, you get the Celebration Bowl in December.
This is also true, and that's exciting for them, since they're kind of not getting that this year for this season, since it's in the spring. So that'll be a nice redemption for them, I guess you can call it, rolling into the fall. So
no doubt.
Looking forward to it.
No doubt. But congratulations, Coach Connell Maynor, his staff, and all the Bulldogs, because they are the kings of the hill in the SWAC, and it's been a pleasure to cover them from the preseason preview all the way to this yesterday. And, of course, Coach, he's going to be riding high.